Svetlana Alliluyeva climbed the wide steps and stared at the American eagle embedded in the glass doors. All the important decisions of her life had been taken precipitately. Once she crossed this threshold, she knew that her old life would be irrevocably lost to her. She had no doubt that the wrath of the Kremlin would soon fall on her head. She felt defiant. She felt terrified. She'd made the most important decision of her life. She'd escaped, but into what, she had no idea. She did not hesitate. Clutching her small suitcase in one hand, she rang the bell. Danny Wall, the Marine guard on desk duty, opened the door. He looked down at the small woman standing before him. She was middle-aged, neatly dressed, nondescript. He was about to tell her the embassy was closed when she handed him her passport. He blanched. He locked the door behind her and led her to a small adjacent room. He then phoned Robert Rail, the second secretary of the embassy who was in charge of walk-ins, defectors. Rail had been out, but when he returned the call minutes later, Wall gave him the secret code indicating the embassy had a Soviet defector. The last thing Rail was expecting on a quiet Monday evening in the Indian capital. When Rail arrived at the embassy at 7:25, he was pointed to a room where a woman sat talking with Consul George Huey. She turned to Rail as he entered, and almost the first thing she said to him was, "Well, you probably won't believe this, but I'm Stalin's daughter." Rail looked at the demure, attractive woman with copper hair and pale blue eyes who stared steadily back at him. She did not fit his image of Stalin's daughter, though what that image was he could not have said. She handed him her Soviet passport. At a quick glance, he saw the name. Citizeness Svetlana Yosifovna Alliluyeva. Yosifovna was the correct patronymic, meaning daughter of Joseph. He went through the possibilities. She could be a Soviet plant. She could be a counteragent. She could be crazy. George Huey asked, nonplussed, "So you say your father was Stalin? The Stalin?" As the officer in charge of walk-ins from the Soviet bloc, Rail was responsible for confirming her authenticity. After a brief interview, he excused himself and went to the Embassy Communications Center, where he cabled headquarters in Washington, demanding all files on Svetlana Yosifovna Alliluyeva. The answer came back 1 hour later. No traces. Headquarters knew nothing at all about her. There were no CIA files, no FBI files, no State Department files. The US government didn't even know Stalin had a daughter. While he waited for a response from Washington, Rail interrogated Svetlana. How did she come to be in India? She claimed that she had left the USSR on December the 19th on a ceremonial mission. The Soviet government had given her special permission to travel to India to scatter the ashes of her husband, Brajesh Singh, on the Ganges in his village, Kalankankar, Uttar Pradesh.